Alycats, new viewers. Last time you see this outfit, I swear, but I'm doing this all on the same day. So, today is Inside Alyssa White number 22. Is it 22? Or is it 23? 22. It's 22. I don't know, I'm talking like this. I'm so hyper because I filmed. I don't know. Every time I go to film at the TV station, I become hyper afterwards. I don't know what. I got a face full of makeup. I'm gonna shut up. Let's just get to the questions, okay? If you have anything you want to ask me, it doesn't even have to be entertainment related. I mean, you can ask about games, movies, music, books, yada yada yada. But you can also ask me about YouTube or, you know, what I like or blah blah blah. As long as it's not like, you know, too offensive or about, you know, certain family members or friends, or just generally asking about family and friends. Like, I mean, you can ask like if they enjoy the same stuff as I do or something like that, but don't ask personal questions about them because I will not answer, because that's not my business to answer for them. So as long as it's not that, or if it's not inappropriate or just rude, I will answer it. So let's get started with 6060766. I have a lot of fun saying that every time. He asks, "Hi Alyssa." Hi. "What PS3 model do I have?" He has the original 40 gig. I have the PS3 Slim. I'm not sure how many gigs. Wait, I do know how many gigs it has. It's 250 gig. And I love it. And he also has my PS3 Ever YLOD. YLOD. Yellow Lie of Death. No, please don't do that to me, PS3. Please. Please, please, please. I love you so much. Please don't do that to me. Don't do it to me. So, thank you for those questions. SNES-tastic is next. He asks a lot of great questions. You should check out his Q&A. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I'm blanking. I've known every single episode what his Q&A thing is called, and now I'm blanking. Oh well, check out his Q&A thing on his channel, SNES-tastic, because it's awesome. First off, he asks, have I played The Order 1886? If so, what did I think of it? I did play it. I enjoyed it. I did a review on it, so go check it out if you haven't. I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people nitpick about it. I understand why. Or I see why. I was trying to say that and I got the two mixed up. But I really enjoyed it. And then he asks, Marvel Cinematic Universe or DC Cinematic Universe? Okay. For movies, Marvel. For TV, DC. There you go. 3. Which 3 actors apart from Nathan Fillion would you like to see play Nathan Drake? Oh man, I love Nathan Fillion. But I think Dylan McDermott would be really good. He looks almost exactly like Nathan Drake. This is really hard because I've only thought of Nathan Fillion and Dylan McDermott. I've thought about this question before actually, to be honest. I think, let's see. Who's a really good looking guy? I think Justin Baldoni could pull the look off. I don't know if he has the acting chops for it yet because he's a newcomer, but I think he has a certain look to him that he could pull it off. And then I think maybe gosh, this is hard. Dylan McDermott, Justin Baldoni, and come on, Alyssa, you can think of one more actor. You know a ton of actors in your little head that you know way too much about. I'm gonna say Aidan Turner, because he was Keeley in the Hobbit films. I think he would do a really good job. He might not look exactly like Nathan Drake, but he's got that je ne sais quoi about him. So I'm gonna say those 3. And the last question he asks, will I be watching the new show iZombie on the CW? He's interested because it looks weird and it looks like a cool take on the zombie genre. I'm going to give the pilot episode a watch, maybe the second episode if I'm not too keen on the pilot episode. I have a feeling it's going to be one of those shows that only lasts a season, to be honest, but, you know, I'm going to give it a try. It might completely prove me wrong, but I'm going to give it a try. I mean, it's kind of getting oversaturated with zombie stuff, the TV stations and all that, because, I mean, there's Walking Dead, of course, and there's Z Nation, and then there's kind of Helix, not really zombie, but it's kind of zombie-ish, and there's a lot of zombie shows on, so I don't know. It's one of those that's a gamble show, but I'm going to check it out. Pierre Kelly asks, what's it like being an entertainment reporter for a TV station? No one has ever asked that before. It's so much fun. I love it. I love to go and talk about movies and music and games and music. I already said music and books that I enjoyed. It's just a lot of fun, and it's so much fun to hang out with them. Everyone there is super friendly and super awesome, and they're very welcoming, and I get to dress up and look pretty. Don't say otherwise. But yeah, I have a lot of fun. I was nervous the first couple of times, but now it's just second nature. I just go in, sit down, put the mic on, talk, and that's it. And if you ever want to watch my appearances, I post those on my social medias right after they air, Twitter and Facebook. You can find those links in the description box down below. And I also post them in my favorites videos on my YouTube. And you can subscribe to Channel 2 Coleman. You'll see a lot of episodes that don't have me in them though, but that's the channel that has them. It's really fun. I love it. So thank you for asking that. Let's see. Blind Man SG1 asks, let's see. Oh, he didn't ask anything. He just said there's an Uncharted 4 coming out. Dang, he guess he needs to play Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. Yes, you do. You gotta play all the Uncharted games. They're amazing. And Uncharted 4 got pushed back to spring 2016. I was so excited for that. But usually that means that it's gonna be really, really, really good if they push it back that far, because they're really gonna polish it and make it awesome. At least I hope so, because all the other Uncharted games have been great. Naughty Dog has never failed me, okay? I got faith in Naughty Dog. I'm just really sad that I've got to wait more months. Now I'm starting to get my words mixed up because I'm way too hyper. But yeah, play the first 3 Uncharted. They're amazing. Really, really great. Let's see. Jamie Sue 131, who is a total sweetheart, asks, what are my top 5 DS games? Oh, I'm gonna have to get my DS games down and look. I can't think of them off the top of my head, so hold on just a minute. Okay, so Jamie Sue, I've got this many DS games. I don't have a lot. I need to get more. I did have Professor Layton and the Curious Village, but somebody's mother accidentally donated it to a thrift store that helps battered women, which I guess that's okay, but I really like that game, so I need it back. Yeah, let's see. Okay, the first one I really enjoy, which I hate this stupid sticker on the front, but it won't come off, is 999, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. It's a visual novel type of game, and it's really good. It's kind of like if you've played Danganronpa, it's similar, but it's much more text heavy. It's very text heavy. If you don't like to read, this might not be the game for you, but it's got a lot of text, a lot of puzzles, very interesting characters, and there's like, is there 6 different endings? 8 different endings? There's multiple endings. So it's got a lot of replay value, and it's really fun to see what the different endings are. And it's just a great game. It's underrated. I really enjoy it. So the first one would be 999. The second one, let me look. I really enjoyed Chrono Trigger. It's a classic. Derek H sent this to me, and I really love it. It's beautiful. I never played it before I got this version, and I loved it. It's just a really great RPG, JRPG. One of my favorites on the DS, or in general actually. It's just a really beautiful game. If you haven't played Chrono Trigger, pick it up for the DS. Superior version, I think. Or at least that's what I've heard. Okay, I need a third game. So I'm going to go with the original Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I've loved every one of these games, but this one holds a special place in my heart because, of course, it's the first one, and it introduced me to the whole universe of Phoenix Wright, the humor, the pop culture touches, being a defense attorney, going up against Miles Edgeworth, and seeing all the iconic characters. This is just a phenomenal game that everyone needs to play. It is like a visual novel. It's got a lot of text, but it's hilarious. It's so much fun. And it's really fun to solve the court cases and try to prove your client not guilty. Let's see. I really enjoyed, for the fourth game, Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Is made by the same people that made Phoenix Wright, but it's about Cecil, who is murdered, but he can travel back in time like by 4 minutes to solve, you know, other people's murders and to stop them from being murdered. It's really cool, very interesting. Again, kind of an underrated game, but I really love it. And then the rest of these are like Ace Attorney games. So I'm going to say the fifth one would be the Professor Layton game that got traded off. Professor Layton in the Curious Village. It's very puzzle heavy, all of the Professor Layton games are. But I love the story and the cutscenes. They're very beautiful. Level 5 did a great job with the Professor Layton games. So yes, I'm very, very happy with that. I just wish I had it back. Thanks a lot, Mom. Thanks a lot. And now Mario and Sonic 1986 asks, number 1, for anyone like himself that hasn't watched Star Trek, what would I say to anyone to recommend them watching it? That is more, it's got more science than fiction in it, but it's a very, very unique universe, and it doesn't really matter which one you start with. I would say start with the Next Generation personally, because that's what I start with, or maybe start with the very original OG one with, you know, the Shat and Leonard Nimoy, may he rest in peace, because that's the classic series that started it all. But it's just very intriguing. It's just amazing. You see enemies like the Gorn and Tribbles and all that. You see a bunch of cool stuff. You learn Klingon. Seriously, I know how to say Merry Christmas in Klingon. It's Kismas David Judge. That's pathetic. But it's amazing. It's just an awesome universe. And the Enterprise is such a cool ship. So, watch Star Trek. And it's really just fun to see the dynamic between Spock and Kirk. And then to see like Chekhov and Zulu and Uhura. And all these different people. Scotty! Beam me up, Scotty! Live long and prosper. 2. Have I disliked any Marvel film? Yeah. I'm gonna get persecuted for this, but I don't like the Iron Man films. I don't. They don't interest me at all. Sorry. I don't like Iron Man. Moving on. Can I name some TV shows I hated? I'm sure I can. Let's see. I didn't like Cult, which it only lasted like 5 episodes, so that was perfectly fine with me. Let's see. It's really hard because I can name stuff I love, but stuff I hate, it's harder. I didn't like Colts. Let's see. I didn't really like Vikings, but I'm going to rewatch it and see if I like it better now. But I thought I could name some shows I hated, but I really can't. Like, it's so hard to think about shows you hate because you kind of try to push those out of your mind. Let's see. I'm sure there's some I hated that people love and would persecute me for saying I hated. They're just not coming to mind. Oh my god. I really don't know, to be honest. Like, I can't think of any more. That's really bad. I've only thought of Colt and... What did I just say? Man! I suck so hard today. That's what she said. 4. If there was a zombie apocalypse, what would I do to survive? I would get a crossbow and arrows because you can use those over and over again. I would grab a backpack and stuff it with food and medicine that wouldn't perish. And, you know, I would go and try to find some shelter some places. If I came across a zombie or a walker or whatever you want to call it, they're getting an arrow through the head because you always shoot for the head. And if I found a group of survivors, I'd be very careful about who I trusted because the survivors are more dangerous than the zombies. And the last question that he asks is, what is my least favorite console I have played? Least favorite console I've played. I did not like the Atari 2600, but I just recently played that, so that's kind of like a cheap answer. But I didn't really like it. I didn't like the joystick. I just didn't like it. Let's see. Is there any more questions? Dwayne Stanley, I hope I'm saying your name right. He asks, what's my favorite Tales of game? His is Symphonia Dawn of the New World. Mine is Tales of Vesperia. It's amazing. I love the character of Yuri and Esteliz and Judith and Carol and Raven and Rapide. Rapide's an awesome dog. He smokes a pipe and he's awesome. Tales of Vesperia is my favorite. I love it. So those were all the questions. So if you have any you'd like to ask me, like I said, leave them in the comment box down below. Like the video if you liked it, favorite it so your friends and family can see, share me as long as you do it nicely. And remember to subscribe for more goofiness and geekiness and other kinds of E-ness. E-ness? That's not... why did I say that? Anyway, I'm gonna go. I love each and every one of you so much. Peace and kisses. Bye.